Okay, if you clicked on this video, you've probably seen at least one of these Iceberg videos. But if you haven't, I suggest watching Mishkaz's Mario 64 Iceberg to get the basic gist of what I'm about to go over. I will also be ranking each video on a regular tier list after I'm done describing them. With all that said, let's get into the explanation. The Super Mario 64 Iceberg Explained is a video by Mishkaz explaining an iceberg image featuring various topics about Mario 64. From cut content to conspiracies to Hazy Maze Cave being the castle's septic system, it's all listed from the most well-known topics to the least well-known. This video started the trend of iceberg videos, and I'd say just for that, I'm gonna have to put it in S tier. The Minecraft Iceberg Explained is a video by Retro Gaming Now explaining an iceberg image for Minecraft in a similar fashion to Mishkaz's Mario 64 Iceberg. It's all okay though because he acknowledges Mishkaz's video, so it's not plagiarism anymore. Remember to always cite your sources, kiddos. Overall, this video was pretty good, but I'm gonna have to put it in B tier, mainly because this guy made 3 of these 30-minute Minecraft Iceberg videos, and now I have to watch all of them. The Lost Media Iceberg is a video by Blame It On Jorge explaining a Spanish iceberg image featuring various pieces of lost media ranked, well, kind of randomly. Like it goes from lost cannibal footage to super hornio bros. He acknowledges this in his conclusion, saying that he would have formatted it differently if he had made the image. Still a very interesting video though. I never really felt the runtime, despite it being one of the longer iceberg videos. Overall, I'll put this one in A tier. The Pokemon Iceberg is a video by the Rogue Renegade explaining an iceberg image created by himself featuring topics about Pokemon ranked from the most well-known to the least well-known. The editing was a little weird in this video. A lot of his sentences would be cut off before they were finished. Overall, I think I'm still probably going to put this video in B tier. The Roblox Iceberg Explained by Toasty is a video explaining an iceberg image featuring various controversies and conspiracies about Roblox. I guess that's a better way to narrow down what iceberg images mean rather than just saying they feature topics about a certain subject. I didn't really like this iceberg all that much. It was relatively short, but I still got pretty bored by it. I think I'm gonna have to put this one in C tier. The Terraria Iceberg Explained by Jetstream is a video explaining an iceberg image featuring various topics about Terraria. Don't really have much to say about this one, except that it was interesting and kept my attention. Because of this, I'm gonna put it in B tier. This YouTube Iceberg is a video by Parallel Pipes explaining this specific YouTube iceberg while Minecraft footage is played in the background. That seemed to work for him, so I guess I'll just steal that idea. I like this video overall, so I'll put it in A tier. The Animal Crossing Iceberg by Big Marsh is a video explaining 2 icebergs about Animal Crossing. Another really long one, but I found it pretty interesting, even though I hardly know anything about Animal Crossing. So I'm putting this one in A tier. Minecraft Iceberg 2 The Missing Entries by Retro Gaming Now is a sequel to his earlier Minecraft Iceberg video, this time explaining an iceberg that is all facts and logic. I like this one more than the first, but it's still not good enough to go into A tier, so B tier is where it shall go. The Five Nights at Freddy's Iceberg by Matt Warkowski is a video explaining a Five Nights at Freddy's iceberg. And guys, I really wanted to like this video, but there's just way too many audio problems that really ruin it for me. He acknowledges this in the comments, but it still doesn't really fix the problem for me. Sorry, but I'm gonna have to put this one in D tier. The Half-Life Iceberg Explained by Accessible Funky is a video explaining an iceberg for Half-Life. I've never played a Half-Life game, so I couldn't really get into this video. Since I have no context for anything, I can't really rank this one, so I'll just make a new tier called NA. The Danganronpa Iceberg by Danganmandy is a video explaining a Danganronpa iceberg. I have no idea what a Danganronpa is, so of course I couldn't get into this video. This one's gonna go into the NA tier. The Little Big Planet Iceberg Explained, a deep dive into obscure Little Big Planet facts, rumors, and glitches, is exactly what the title says it is. Yet another video I couldn't get into since I've never played Little Big Planet. I swear this is the last video that'll go into the NA tier. The YouTube Iceberg Explained is a video by Rhythm Rev explaining his version of the YouTube iceberg from least disturbing to most disturbing. This video is pretty good, but not as good as this YouTube Iceberg Explained. So I'm gonna put it in B tier.
You got Steve in me.
Minecraft Iceberg 3, The Final Entries, is the finale of the Retro Gaming Now Minecraft Iceberg trilogy, and it's the weakest one. Sorry to fans of this one, but it just isn't as good as the first two, so I'm gonna put it in C tier. The Sonic Iceberg by Novika is a video explaining a Sonic the Hedgehog iceberg. Sadly, this one wasn't as interesting to me because I already knew practically everything on the iceberg. But if you don't know as much Sonic lore as me, then you might find some value in this one. I'm gonna put this one in C tier. McDonald's Iceberg Into the Depths is a video by Nick Robinson explaining an iceberg not about McDonald's as a whole, but just about this lost McDonald's training game for the DS. It's a fine video, but the misleading title and thumbnail is gonna make me put it in D tier. The Film Myth/Urban Legend Iceberg Explained is a video by Zelcher Productions explaining an iceberg image focused on film myths and legends that aren't dark or disturbing because he made an entire different video explaining an iceberg image focused on the disturbing stuff. There's a part in this video where he shows his subscriber count on screen and it was like 200 or something, and now he's at like 10,000, so I'm gonna steal that idea. Right now I'm probably gonna put this one in B tier, but if the showing off your low subscriber count thing actually works, then this one will move all the way up to S tier. Fortnite! Exploring the Fortnite Iceberg by Revecha is a video explaining a Fortnite iceberg. I never thought I would be so invested in Fortnite lore, and because of that, this one will go into the A tier. The Roblox Iceberg Follow-Up by Toasty is a sequel to his earlier Roblox video. This one was fine, it felt better than the first, but mainly only because it was shorter. Still going into C tier. El Iceberg de Plantas contra Zombies is a video explaining a Plants vs. Zombies iceberg, I think? I say that I think because the video's in Spanish and I don't understand Spanish and there was no English captions. I really thought I wouldn't have to bring back the NA tier, but whatever, I guess. The Among Us Iceberg How Deep Does It Go is a video by I Am Stereotype explaining the Among Us Iceberg. I would put this one in B tier, but because I Am Stereotype had to research Among Us X Fall Guys Rule 34, I'm gonna have to give him an A for effort.
Doing your mom! Doing your mom!
The Garfield Iceberg by IzzyZZZ is a video explaining the Garfield Iceberg. Unlike most icebergs ripping off Mish Kaz's video, this video's ripping off Blame It on Jorge's video. I had no idea there was as much Garfield lore as there is, but it was all quite interesting. This one's gonna go in A The Diary of a Wimpy Kid Iceberg Explained is a video by our boy Parallel Pipes, back at it again with the icebergs. Very epic video. I especially love to learn that Manny is currently being used as a symbol for Black Lives Matter, which is incredibly awesome and wholesome 100. Overall, this one's gonna go in the A tier.
Big Chungus, na-na. I am a meme of Fat Bugs Bunny, na-na.
The Big Chungus Iceberg Explained is a video by Mr. N0 explaining the most wholesome 100 Keanu Chungus Kind Stranger Reddit Gold iceberg of all time. Obviously, this video is going in the S tier. I'll leave you all with a more thought-provoking video for last. The Iceberg Explained is a video by Cyber's Hell, an alternate account of very epic channel Cybershell, in which he explains the actual iceberg image itself. Putting aside the fact that it is a very epic video, I call it thought-provoking because it really just goes to show how internet culture has molded that original iceberg image into something that definitely wasn't intended. I'd really like to talk to the creator of that iceberg on how he feels about his creation becoming something that can be molded to fit just about any topic. Because of the whole thought-provoking aspect of the video, I'll leave the ranking on the tier list to you guys. Well, that was the end of the Iceberg Explained tier list video thing. There's quite a few icebergs I wasn't able to talk about, so maybe I'll make like 20 more iceberg videos, just like everybody else. Wait, I actually think there's one more iceberg to show you guys. It's the Subscribe to Napbox Studios iceberg explained by Napbox Studios, which describes why you should subscribe to me. Well, that's it. Iceberg video over. Please like the video so it gets in people's recommended like all these other icebergs. Bye.